No country on earth has fought about banks like America. It built a national bank, then killed it, built a second, and killed that one too. Twice. On purpose. That fight began before the country even had a bank, and it has never really ended. 250 years of Americans at war with their own money. 1790. The young republic is broke, buried in war debt, with no credit and no currency worth the name. Alexander Hamilton has a fix that will split the nation. A national bank, de Fitz and Jod, who's my delivery. A national bank / Vidian, part public, part private, to hold the government's money and issue notes people trust. Jefferson and Madison are horrified. It's nowhere in the Constitution. Hamilton points to 4 words, necessary and proper, and says that's enough. Washington sides with him. In 1791, the first bank gets a 20-year charter, but the charter has an expiration date. In 1811, renewal fails by a single Senate vote. The first bank closes, and 1 year later, America is at war with Britain. Funding a war with no central bank and no uniform currency nearly breaks the treasury. So in 1816, the same Congress charters a second bank and pretends it was their idea. Andrew Jackson despised it. To him, the second bank was a monster, an unelected fortress of power run by an aristocrat, Nicholas Biddle, who was not shy about using it. When Congress sent an early renewal in 1832, Jackson vetoed it and made the veto his campaign. He won in a landslide, then began draining every federal dollar from its vaults. Biddle fought back, tightening credit to force a recession and prove the bank's worth. It didn't work. In 1836, the charter lapsed, and the second bank died. What replaced it wasn't a system. What? It was chaos. By the 1850s, thousands of banks each printed their own money. Over 10,000 kinds of notes in circulation at once. A dollar from Ohio might be worth 90 cents in Philadelphia and nothing in Boston. Shopkeepers needed catalogs to price the cash in their hands, and a third of it was counterfeit. The Civil War ended it, out of need, not principle. The Union printed paper, backed only by its word, greenbacks. Then chartered national banks, issuing one uniform currency. To force it, did no stein. To force it, Congress taxed state banknotes out of existence. For the first time in its history, America had one money. But one currency was not the same as a stable system. The panics kept coming. 73, 93, 1907. Each the same. A bank fails. Depositors run. The next one falls. No one's job was to stop the chain. In 1907, one private banker, J.P. Morgan, locked rivals in his library until they bailed each other out. The lesson: a nation shouldn't depend on one old man's library. So in 1910, 6 men slipped off to Jekyll Island and secretly drafted a central bank, knowing that if the public learned, bankers wrote it, it would die. 1913. The Federal Reserve. Yet in 29, the Fed let the system burn. 9,000 banks failed. The fixes came: deposit insurance, Glass-Steagall. And still America argues. It has never decided how much power a bank should hold.